Hey, okay, we're live. Hey everyone, it's me again, joined this week by a couple of guys from Sludge Doom band, Black Tar Superstar. Is it from Akron, Ohio, is it?
Yes, sir.
You just want to introduce yourselves, Reaper and Death Slinger. Who is who and what do you do in the band?
I'm Reaper, the drummer for Black Tar Superstar.
I'm Death Slinger. I do guitar for Black Tar Superstar.
All right. First question I always like to ask a band is like, what's in a name? Where did the name come from? I don't know what I thought when I first saw the name Black Tar Superstar, but I mentioned it to my housemate today, and she said they sound like a glam band. Something about Superstar makes it sound like you're a glam band or something like that. So where did Black Tar Superstar come from? Are you a glam band in your hearts?
No, not even close. Black Tar Superstar. Actually, our bassist, lead singer, he started this group, I think about 4 years ago on his own, where he was, writing all the music, doing all the parts himself in a home studio. And he was looking for a name to call the project. And in Ohio here, we kind of have a heroin problem. And unfortunately, it kind of ingrains itself into the metal scene a little bit. And he's like, people are always going around, saying black tar. He's like, oh yeah, well, I guess that makes me a Black Tar Superstar. And he ended up keeping the name, and everybody dug it, and it just kind of stuck ever since. There's no drugs or nothing involved in our music. It was more of like a joke.
Right. Cool. That's heavy stuff though, isn't it? Jeez. When you said black, I also imagine like the tar pits you get with you've got tar pits in certain places, didn't you? I can't remember where they are. Some in America, you've got tar pits, and you like fossilized fucking shit inside it. That's kind of a better image than fucking heroin, probably. Like, and you just imagine being stuck in black tar and sludgy and doomy kind of thing. So when did you guys? Yeah, exactly. That's a better description, hopefully, of your music. But so when did you guys form? So you're quite new to the band. You're not the original members, but when did you both come into the band?
I came in slightly before him, but myself, the other guitarist, had left a project that folded back in April, and we were very interested in working with Chad the Doctor, is what we call him. He's like Mr. Fix-It. I mean, he customized like all the amps for our band and everything. So that's kind of where his nickname came in. But we were like, yeah, we wanted to work with Chad before, and he's like, let's see what we can do. So the three of us got together, and we started going over some of the old songs that he had already had in the catalog. From the stuff he recorded prior, and we were starting to put live, instruments to it, live drums, plus guitar. And we're like, yeah, we'd like to have a second guitarist. And we tried one guitarist out, and he just couldn't commit full time. So unfortunately, we kind of had to move on from that. Unfortunately, lost our practice spot at that point. This was back last April.
Yeah.
And so I told Death Slinger here, here's your shot, man. If you want to try to get into a working band that's fully committed to, getting the metal out to the masses, here's your shot. And he learned the stuff within like a week, and it's been all four of us ever since.
Cool. So no plans for another guitarist then? Is it just one guitarist now? Is it? Or you got guitars?
No, we still have two.
Two guitars. Yeah. I see it now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our other guitarist is working at the moment.
Right.
Otherwise, he'll be with us.
So let's just, for anyone coming in, describe your music. What is the Black Tar Superstar experience? How would you describe yourself? How you sound? What kind of stuff? If people want to come and check you out. By the way, all the links down below. If you go to the blog down below, it takes to all the band's links. You can find all the information there. But yeah, just sum up your music in I don't know, about 5 minutes or something. I don't know however long you want to go on for, really.
If we had to put it into a box, it's basically kind of mystical, horror-inspired, kind of like doom, occult metal, sludge metal. I mean, it's it's a show. All of our songs tell tales, and so far, people pretty much dig it. So,
what about other bands? Would you say there's any bands you sound like in particular?
definitely, there's elements of Sabbath. There's elements of Down, High on Fire. Even even some of the newer stuff we got coming up. It's kind of like Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats. Just kind of like an array of influences that we have. Temple of the Fuzz Witch. Just a lot of the really cool doom bands. There's one called Black Tongue that's just incredible band, and we kind of drew from influences with that as well. So
cool. You got your mate here. Your mate's coming to the stream. I think we'll go the same
cool.
size.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
What's happening?
None was able to get out of work.
They were just telling me
out of your harness.
They were just telling me about your deep dark secret. Do you want to go further into what your deep dark secret is, Texas, for everybody?
Oh my! What, me making pizzas?
All right, that wasn't as secret as I thought it would be. Just talked about it. I was actually going to move on to the band names. You've all got like pseudonyms or whatever. What's in the band names? You say the Doctor. He's like the doctor of the technology. He makes all your amps and all that. So that's how he got his name. What about the rest of you? Is there any particular story behind your band names?
My name actually just is because I grew up in Texas. I'm from small town, little Princeton, Texas. So I mean, that's where it comes from. It's just easier to call me Texas, man. Texas heat.
Texas heat. Yeah, it's been a bit cold there recently, though, isn't it? You had a fucking massive snowstorm, didn't you, in Texas recently?
Yeah, they did get a massive snowstorm down there. Unfortunately, I live in Ohio. I wish I lived down there. Yeah, they got a real bad snowstorm. I had a lot of friends and family down there, and I was stuck without power. And one person stuck without power for like 5 days. I mean, she lived in Dallas. I mean, that's a big town. What the hell?
Yeah, that's fucked, isn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
What about you, Reaper? You a fan of chilies or something?
What's that?
Are you a fan of chilies? There's Reaper chili, isn't there? So I wonder why you're called Reaper. It sounds cool.
I like hot stuff, but it's not really associated with the pepper. But actually, I got my nickname in a band I was in almost, I'd say probably 3 years ago now, where they're like, okay, well, we all have nicknames, so what kind of a nickname would kind of represent you? I'm like, well, if I have to pick one, I said the Reaper, because when I get behind the drum kit, I destroy it. So, and it just kind of stuck, and everybody started calling me that. So by the time I got to Black Tar here, I just decided to keep it. It's kind of like a brand.
Right. I'm just going to move the pictures around so my face is covered up. You're not. I'm not sure if there's a little image in the corner. I thought it was covering up your face. If I move you over, you won't be covered up by the timer in the corner. I'm not sure if it's like that on the video on YouTube.
Right.
Okay, so when did you join Texas? When did you join Texas Heat? Are you fairly new in the band as well?
Yeah, I was pretty much in it from get-go. The way it worked was me and Reaper were in another project with a mutual friend of ours, and that project ended up falling through right before we were going to add Chad into it, or Doctor, I should say. We're going to add Doctor into it, and that project ended up falling through. He's like, the Doctor's like, well, I got all these tracks. I got all this stuff going on. We're like, okay, well, let's see what you got. We listened to it, like, shit, yeah, man, we could do something with this. So I had another guitar player, a good friend of mine, Dakota. Amazing heavy guitar player, dude. Just absolutely amazing heavy guitar player. Fortunately, he just doesn't have the time for it. So I was just like, hey, man, we're going to go another direction. And we ended up finding Death Slinger over there. I mean, not too far because, they live in the same place.
Yeah.
We got him hooked up, and it was just like one thing after another, man. It was on. So it was pretty much day one. But Black Tar itself as an entity has been around for a little bit, way before we ever got into it.
Yeah, about 4 years ago.
Yeah, we took it from a digital, pretty much it's all digital something, and made it into a live thing.
All right. What about, yeah. What about this year with like lockdowns and Corona and all that? Has it gone back to being digital, or are you actually able to get together and rehearse? And have you been able to do any live shows or anything like that this year?
We've done live streams. We get together every Sunday down Buzzbin. Of course, down over is always down at Buzzbin. We always get together every Sunday. So yeah, man, we're hit the grind every time, man. Always. We do cool. Little small apartment practices because Reaper there, he's got a nice little electronic kit, so we can turn it down a little bit and we can jam all day long. It's kind of nice. So yeah, I mean, practicing is not a problem.
Yeah, that's good. There's a lot of bands I've chatted to, and they're not even able to be in the same room for bloody well about a year. You know what I mean? They're just doing it all. They email each other riffs and then like jamming their own houses kind of thing. So it's gonna be fucking
we've been very fortunate to still be able to go to the practice spot there at the Buzzbin. They're family to us. We got our start there. We've done only like a few sparingly shows there live. We played 3 shows there. We did Halloween. We also did it was a first Friday night of Doom. It was all Doom bands. That was really cool. The last one we did live was January the 16th, and it was we never had a proper party for the release of the EP. So we're like, fuck it, let's do it, and we did it, and it was a good time.
Was that January just gone? Just January like this year?
Yep, this past January.
An actual indoor venue with people there.
Yeah.
Wow.
The rules
I
here
forgot what they're like.
The rules are a little different here. It was completely socially distanced. Everyone was masked up. Yeah. And they've had nothing but success. That the health department breathes down their necks all the time.
Yeah.
Making sure that they're complying. So
yeah,
we felt safe in doing it.
Yeah. It's good when life can go on, because like so many people are climbing the walls, and fucking mental health is fucking terrible at the moment with people just stuck indoors. Yeah. I just think, Texas, if you slide your camera, are you on a phone? You're on a mobile. If you turn it to the side,
I'm on a phone,
bigger screen. If you turn on the side, it normally goes bigger screen. There you go. You're a bit bigger. That never makes any difference, but you look a bit bigger. There you go. Oh, sorry. So it's a pain. You put it any other way if you want. I'm easy.
Oh, no, you're good, man.
So we just talk about the new EP then. So is it Old Gods Awaken? Is it? Let me just quickly check my notes. Old Gods Awaken. I love that for a start, because it's like, I'm a big Cthulhu, H.P. Lovecraft fan. I'm always doing like Cthulhu themed shows. Every year I do a Cthulhu themed show on my podcast. Cthulhu Mass is the first Sunday after Christmas, as far as I'm concerned. So is that basically what it's about? Is Cthulhu one of the old gods that you're summoning to awake?
It's kind of it's I don't know, it's a plethora of things. All the original gods that ruled the earth before time and space, all that, before Christianity took over and tried to destroy everything.
Okay, so is who writes the lyrics? Who writes the lyrics? Comes up with the song titles.
You're what? Who came up with them?
Yeah, who mainly does the lyrics for your band? You got one person who writes all the lyrics, or
it's actually a collaboration. I write a lot of lyrics, and Chad the Doctor, of course, he's written all the words for his back catalog that we've been kind of going through and bringing to life as well. So, and our writing styles are very similar in content and just very apocalyptic, like I said, occult, even historical elements to our lyrics. So, I mean, we're pretty well rounded, I think.
Yeah. Is it all like kind of fantasy made up, or do you actually do some research on some of these old gods?
Oh, yes, indeed. We're all a bunch of heathens over here.
One of the latest. What's that?
So you carry on. You just, my mate put, I've got a Cthulhu teddy bear. He sleeps on a pillow next to me. I tickle his tummy before I go to sleep,
That's okay. Elmo's the devil anyway, so.
Yeah. What's it like in your part of America? Is it like a Bible Belt there, or is that you away from all that?
Catholics, a lot of Catholics.
Yeah,
Right.
a lot of Catholics.
Yeah, it's heavily Catholic around here. There's some Methodists and stuff, but the Catholics are everywhere. Everywhere.
Right.
Oh yeah.
They're infectious.
Big ass Catholic church is right up the street from me, actually.
Right.
Are they like? Is there like a ranking of who, like, for you, is the most annoying religious people? Like the Catholics rank higher than the Mormons or the Presbyterian? I know all the blinking churches you got there, but everything's got to be better than these ones who are asking you to send them money all the time, surely.
Oh right.
Yeah,
think
they need a new house or a new car.
Or a new jet.
Or a new jet.
They don't really get hounded very much. I mean, like I've had a few people come up and they'll sit there and be like, "Oh, or have you spoken to God today?" And I just look at it and go, "You don't want to have a conversation, just go on your way," because I don't want to have it and just go on your way, because I mean there's no point in having it because you're not going to get anywhere with me. So
yeah.
Yeah. So it's not often, but it happens.
Yeah. Well, the rest of yours.
I'm kind of like the Satanist of the band, although I'm not I'm not very much into organized religion. It's a philosophy, and I think a lot of people don't realize that it's about being free. Death Slinger over here is the resident Viking.
So you worship in all sorts then.
Yeah.
It's a multi-faith band then, but none of it Christian or any of the other big religions.
No, it's just like a mixture. Some parts devil, some parts pagan, and we all just kind of have like the same, unifying belief. A lot of things are ancestral, and I mean, I've been through it all for the last 20 years, but this is the philosophy that I've settled on, and it works for me. It don't work for everybody, but
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone knows, they say everyone is their own God. Everyone makes their own version of the religion as well, don't they? There's so many people, like the Bible, for example, they interpret it so a billion different ways. And like, I don't think no two Christians will believe in exactly the same sort of doctrine or whatever.
That's for sure.
It's the same persons that tell you need to go to church, and they're the same ones going to strip clubs, spending hundreds of dollars, and they go Sunday like, "Oh, please forgive me." I just like wipe your fucking slate clean and go right back to the same thing you are doing again. I'm like, I'm done with it. No.
Yeah.
Don't preach that shit to me when you're doing that kind of crap. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Well,
so you carry on.
Oh. I was just going to say, there's just as much hypocrisy in, the pagan community as there is in any, form. So that's why it's just, to me, it's more of a personal thing. If that's what you are, great. You don't have to, pound your beliefs into somebody for them to understand you. You know what I mean? And so that's why we all just kind of tend to do our own thing.
Yeah.
What works for us works for us. I mean, there's great philosophies in every culture in the world. And with the internet age, you can research them all.
Yeah. Have you got enough time?
Well, yeah,
right.
Or the will or the inclination, Right, so we also did the other ones, quarantine sessions. Were you all on that, or was
that was just Chad?
Right.
That was his last little 4-song kind of thing that he put out before we. Actually, I think that was right before we started playing together on a regular basis.
Cool.
Yeah, I think so. It was like the last 4 tracks he had finished, and he was like, "Well, I'm going to go ahead and release them." We're like, "Yeah, go for it, man. Whatever you want to do."
Hell yeah!
I'm not going to tell you no.
Yeah, and they blossomed into the Old Gods Awaken.
Yeah.
So
how did you sort of get together? Like, did he approach you all individually, or you decided, or did you go through? You knew him already, did you? From the scene. What's the scene like where you are anyway?
The scene is very diverse, really. There's black metal, there's death metal, there's I haven't heard any metalcore or anything like that, but there's a lot of punk. some kind of, a lot of doom bands. There is a lot of experimental bands and stuff like that. Chad and myself were in a band called Two Dead Roses back in 2017. I was with them for a year, which was an industrial metal band.
Okay.
But and like Texas said before, we were together in another group, which was kind of like a drone doomy kind of thing. But that's how we all kind of got to know each other and got comfortable playing with each other. So Texas and I said, I don't care where you go, man, I'll follow you because, him and I are like peanut butter and fucking jelly, man. I know what he's going to do, and he knows what I'm going to do.
Well, I mean, he's about the only drummer I've played with that actually sounds a lot like me when I played. Because I mean, I didn't start playing guitar. I started out as a percussionist, and I was a percussionist for 25 plus years or something like that. I didn't really start getting serious with the guitar until about 1999, 2000, 2001, around in that area. A friend of mine, a really good friend of mine down there who was a guitar player too, he's like, oh man, I need somebody who can play these other parts because he always liked to play the solo parts. And I'm like, well, I can learn those, Guitar's not too tough. I mean, I'm not saying guitar is easy, but I mean, for some reason, I can pick up instruments and play them. So I'm just like, yeah, man, let's give it a try. I had a guitar for a few years before that, but I never really got serious with it because I was a percussionist. Yeah. So I got into playing guitar, and then I kind of phased out of playing drums because being a drummer, it's really hard to find guitar players who can play at the right tempo, have good rhythm and things like that, because there are a lot of good guitar players out there. There's those guys out there that can do the Steve Vais and the Yngwie Malmsteens and the Tosin Abachis. They can do all that kind of stuff. But when you look at them and say, okay, here's your tempo, and they're all over the place. Right. It is so frustrating. So I just went ahead and went with it, stuck with it, got pretty good at guitar. So I was just like, yeah, hell, why not? Yeah. I found Reaper. I was just like, holy shit, this dude plays drums like me. Like, I can't believe it. Yeah, I'm sticking with this dude.
That's got to be a good understanding. And if you both understand the drum parts kind of like intrinsically, like, so it's got to be good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. His approach to guitar is very percussive itself. So it's very easy for me to mimic his melodies.
Right. So you were just like, I could play a fucking drum kit with 4 limbs. I can easily play a fucking guitar. That was you decided, yeah? I'll show these fucking guitar wankers how it's done.
It's still great for me, man.
So when did you? So what's the name of this place where you go and do your practices?
The Buzz Bin.
Was that a venue or?
It's a venue.
Rehearsal? Okay. And do you get a lot of shows there as well?
Absolutely. Like I said, that's where we got our start as a band.
Yeah. So, well, were you saying you got like quite a lot of different scenes in it? Do the scenes cross over a lot? Or everybody, like the death metal people go to the doom gigs, or is it all very regimented and separated?
I would say it's crossover.
Yeah, definitely.
They don't always just book shows that have one type of sound. They've always been very good at that. You could see a doom band, a punk band, and a death metal band all in one bill.
Cool.
Yeah.
What about venues? I mean, you got loads of venues there. I mean, how strong is the scene? I mean, you got just one place or lots of places, or has it been hurt by the corona?
Oh, it's definitely been hurt. The Empire in Akron, in my opinion, is probably one of the best venues Akron has ever had. It definitely has hurt them. It's hurt a place called Musica, also a very big venue there in Akron, because the mayor there basically told all the bars that they had to shut down. And they're still waiting to get their capacity to be upped. So we're kind of hoping, maybe in the next 2 months or so that, they'll start getting their capacities back and they'll be willing to book stuff again.
Yeah,
of course. Or college towns too. So there's quite a few venues in all of those places around there. So yeah, there's quite a few around here for sure.
That's cool.
Cleveland and Columbus.
Yeah.
Got a question from someone in the chat. Do you have a favorite brand or make of guitar?
Well, let's see. I've had Washburns, I've had Jacksons, and that's pretty much it. I had a Kramer at one point in time, but it wasn't a very good Kramer. So I mean, if I had a preference, I like Jackson and Washburn. Always have. Washburn was my very first guitar really focused on playing. It was a BT4, 2 singles and a humbucker. Great guitar. And then I started getting heavily into playing V's because I'm a lefty, and started picking up Jacksons, and always loved them ever since then. So yeah, definitely.
What about drum kits? Do you still play your drums every now and again, or you pack them away for good?
I packed them away for good, but I mean, when I had a preference, it was DW for sure. Pretty much DW anything with the pedals. I always loved the construction of the shells, the way they sound. Always had great resonance. I knew somebody had a custom DW kit. It was one of the most beautiful drum kits I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, I love them for sure. DW. Oh yeah.
Let's put Death Slinger on the spot. What about you? You got any favorite equipment?
I'm a very big.
Shut up, Ryan. I'm talking loud enough.
All right,
Okay.
listen to me. All right. I have a Fender Jazzmaster, and I have a Epiphone SG, and I'm a very big Epiphone fan. I've always liked their stuff because I used to have a Epiphone Les Paul special model. It wasn't the greatest guitar in the world, but it did its job, you know. And I've had a Dean. I had a dime lookalike, even though it wasn't a dime, but it looked a lot like it. And then I have a Dean dime string. That's pretty cool. Just needs a little fixed up though. I've even had a custom built Warlock, BC Rich Warlock that I made myself, and it wasn't the best either. But I guess I'm more of an Epiphone guy than.
they look sexy though, the BC Rich Warlock.
They do.
Oh,
they really
yeah.
are.
They were the guitar of the 80s, to be honest.
Yeah. All those sexy spikes.
I did have a BC Rich. I forgot about that. I had a BC Rich Flying V Kerry King Generation 2. It was the one from the video Repentless. Remember the video from Repentless? The guitar he's playing in that video. I had that guitar.
Cool.
And, I ended up getting rid of it. Yeah, but I had that thing. It was badass.
What about your kit, Reaper? You got anything to use all the time?
For about 10 years, I only recently just retired it because it's literally on its last leg. Was a Peace Demolition Max 24-inch bass drum because I'm a big Bonham fan. I've always loved his style and sound. So I had to have the biggest bass drum I could get my hands on.
Right.
It's hard to come across a 30-inch kick, and the price that those go for nowadays are just horrendous. But I actually went back to an old standby, Tama. I've had Tama in the past. Actually, when I first started playing professionally before college was out. But I have a Swing Star now, and it's got such an organic sound to it that kind of gives you like almost a 70s flavor, but obviously the way I play them, they're a little bit more attacked, I guess is the way you could say it. So I mean, I really dig the sound. It's got the right amount of boom. And I really like I switched back from a steel snare to a wood snare. So I'm getting a much warmer tone now. Still get some crack out of it, kind of the way I like it. It's very evident that on the EP there, I was using a metal Pearl Vision snare drum, and got a lot of high-end crack out of it. Now, since we recorded the latest single that we put out, was the first time I used that Tama Swing Star snare. So sounds pretty good. I like it. I'm comfortable with them.
That's right, because you had the single, didn't you? The Hand of Doom cover, wasn't it?
Yes.
When did you record that one? Same place?
Yep, same place.
The cover, yeah.
Cool. What made you decide to do that then? Just one of the bands that you've always loved?
Well, definitely. I mean, there's a bigger story, and I really don't want to talk your ear off about it. But
Fair enough. No worries.
The short skinny of it is that it was originally going to be for a compilation,
Right.
but since we've moved on to, we have a new record company that we're signed to, so we decided, the fans have been dying for new material from us because all we did was put out 6 songs. So, hey, Sensation, what's happening, brothers? Good to see you.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good. As soon as the label brothers are here, you just actually mentioned it. Tell us about the new label.
Artillery Music Group.
Yes.
Literally 100% about the bands.
Mm-hmm.
The owner of the label is a musician himself. He has his own band, and he started the whole thing a year ago with the idea of being tired of the industry fucking over bands every chance they get. And he's been nothing but, trustworthy and just professional, 100% professional. Not to mention Terror Crew Productions, which is our management. Big shout out to them. Steph is our new manager. She handles the East Coast, which is kind of sort of where we're at in a way on the map, but she's done a phenomenal job, and we're just really, really glad to be part of their family.
Yeah. So you've got quite a lot of people working in your corner now. So you're getting the name out there a fair bit, I suppose.
A hell of a lot more than I could do on my own.
Let's go back. Yeah. Let's actually go through a little bit more depth. The Old Gods Awaken, like the little dots going into it. It's and the big exclamation mark at the end. I like stuff like that. It just makes me. When I announce it on my podcast, I like to put a bit of fucking, because I like comic books, so something like that. It looks like a comic book.
Oh, hell
kind
yeah.
of like Old Gods Awaken kind of thing.
Absolutely. It's actually a lyric from one of our songs on the album. That's how we got the title.
Yep.
Awesome. So what are those? Do we go through the tracks?
No, it wasn't.
Is there?
It's Monstrous. Yep.
Which one was it? Is it Monstrous?
Monstrous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lyric in there where Chad sings, "Oh, God's Awaken." So he's like, that sounds like an album title. I said, you know what? You're fucking right.
Well, but who did the cover for? It looks like something rising up from this, like on top of a monolith or something, rising up out of some kind of I don't know how to describe it. It's some kind of glyph behind it, and it looks like tentacles rising up, and there's something bright in a glow somewhere. Who did that one for you? Is there a story behind it, or
the artist's name is Matt Stone, who happens to be a pretty good friend of Chad's. He was always a fan of his digital art. He kind of just gave him, some ideas of what we'd like it to kind of look like. It's almost like a strange version of Stonehenge, just a little bit more apocalyptic looking, kind of like that world on fire idea. And just kind of like interwoven some of the magical stuff into it,
Cool. Is there like a theme to the EP at all? Any particular theme running through the songs?
You could almost say that there is. Like I said, it hits a plethora of topics. Just anything that's built from chaos.
Okay. Have you got a particularly, like I always like the people who do the singing, have you got a particular favourite line that you've either written or so the singer's not here, but is there a particular favourite line when he sings it, or a particular favourite line that you've written that really stands out to you when you hear it and you're like, oh yeah, that's a fucking good line. We'll go one at a time. We'll go for your favourite line that, like, when it's delivered live or when you hear it on the EP, that gives you like a shiver or a fucking hell yeah kind of thing.
Oh man, I don't know. There's a bunch of good ones in Serial. There's a couple good in Succubus. I mean, all of them got a lot of really good lyrics, in my opinion. I don't know if I have one that just stands out where I'm just like, hell yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, all of it kind of feels like hell yeah the whole time. Just like, fucking all of this just sounds damn good, dude. Like, fucking right.
Yeah, that's good.
There's one way I look at it.
No favourites for you. They're all your little babies, and you love them all equally.
No, not really. I just love it all. I love playing every bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if there was that's the one thing I don't want to get is to where I don't like playing any of it.
No.
I love playing every bit of it. So I love it like that.
Yeah. What about you, Reaper, Death Slinger? You got any favourite lyrics that hit you in the core?
I think the one line in Key of Solomon just always makes me like visualize a demon's hand raising up from the pit.
Right.
Pillars rise and
By
demon hands. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's such a cool line. Chad wrote that one, and I just always thought that was just sick.
Is that Key of Solomon? I've come across that. 'Cause I do lots of theme shows. I've definitely come across the Key of Solomon before. Is that like a list of demon names or something like that? What is the Key of Solomon?
It actually is a biblical thing, to where King Solomon himself and the Solomon seals, that he had these seals where he could call upon any demon at any given time. So it's just kind of like taking you through ancient times to the time where he, would call upon them to do his bidding.
Is that actually in the Bible that mentioned, or is it in some of the apocryphal texts?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's more prevalent in the Goetia or the lesser keys of Solomon, but there's some mention of it.
Okay, it's interesting. Yeah, because there's a lot of magic and witchcraft and stuff going on in the Bible, in there.
Oh, yeah. If you dig deep enough, you'll find some things that are very contrary to the message.
Right. What about Siberia? What's Siberia about? Is it about the region of Russia, or is there a monster in Siberia?
Yeah, we'll leave it to the slinger here.
But before I get into that, I think my favorite lyrics of all time is I live to enslave that moment we met from Serial. And that's the one where I sing and he did the lyrics for. And I think another cool line is in Key of Solomon when he's like the parts where he says, Hashem Teva now revealed, and Asmodai, the prince of demons, has foretold the sacrifice.
Yeah, the sacrifice.
Yeah, those are my favorites. And then Siberia is about a wandering person. Doesn't have to be anything. But what I think of it is more of like a Viking man traveling through the mountains of Siberia in the cold and like the harsh winters, and these wolves are chasing after him the entire time, and he's running and he's shouting at the sky saying like, you've doomed me, all the love I have, you have destroyed me, and these wolves are coming to get him and then pick him off at the end of the song.
It's actually a tale of the loss of love.
Yeah, definitely.
Very much.
Okay.
There.
At least that's what Chad said.
You have to believe him, I suppose. So you got any gigs coming up? Got anything arranged?
We do. We're currently in the midst of a live stream tour. It's called the Devils of the Abyss live stream tour. We have one coming up on the 27th of March this month with a very amazing doom band. They're called Infurus, out of Argentina.
Okay.
And we've kind of billed this as probably the heaviest show. Because
what is a live stream tour? Tell us the concept behind the live stream tour. Now, a live stream I can understand, but a live stream tour where you're playing with different bands, different parts of the world or something. Is that how your tour works? Or
exactly, it is all over the world. It is international. The COVID was kind of a blessing in disguise for us bands because we were able to form relationships and meet new bands that are in our genre all over the world. And, we've been sharing our music back and forth to each other. That's how we met Sensation. Love you guys.
Right.
But, with Infurus and Crust from Russia, and the other international band, our brothers, Pure Sonic Outcasts from Ireland. We can't wait to do that show with them. That's going to be on April the 10th. What we do is we have a hosting page on Facebook that's called Happy Hour with Heather and Guest.
Right.
She kind of created it as a way for bands to be able to put on shows for people since you can't go anywhere and see them.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, that's cool and all, but it's only one band. So why don't we try to get other bands to do it with us and make it like it's a real show, even though you're in the comfort of your own home? We're not charging for it, you know, like all the other big bands are doing. And you can sit there and kick back, crank your fucking stereo system up, got your big screen TV, and you got two amazing bands from all over the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, thank you, Stephanie. We love you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Have you got like
Honestly.
an itinerary or like a poster for it, or like a flyer so I can stick it in the blog so people can?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Or a link so I can add to it. Let me know that. I'll add it to the blog later, so if anyone's interested, they can find it.
Sure,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Did you send me that video, by the way? Yeah. I want to play it at the end. Did you manage to send it?
Here, let me look.
Got no link for it. Well, what have you?
Hold on.
All right. Well, someone else can answer the question here. One of the other questions while you're having a look at that. So, Texas, anything else coming up? Other than have you been writing songs? You got new songs ready? What's next? Another single? Another EP?
I did have I wrote one on this new one. We're calling it Shadow Walkers. It's actually about the lyrics were written by Reaper, because I'm not very good with the lyric part. I'm very good at writing songs, just not so much with the lyrics. So this one's actually about something I seen on YouTube. Count Dankula. I don't know if you ever heard of him or not, but he does these little short stories and documentary little videos, and he did one about the Glencoe massacre. Yeah, and I seen that, and I sent it to Reaper. I was like, dude, I want to do a song about this. I was like, this is a story that probably nobody knows about, hardly anybody knows about, and I was like, I really like to showcase this. I think we should. There's a song in here for sure. So I wrote the song, sent it to him. He sent me back the lyrics. Says, what do you think? I'm like, that's gonna work. Because one of the videos at the end of the song incorporated one of the some kind of hymn or song written about that, and I was like, I want to take a section from that song. I want to put it in Shadow Walkers too as well. So if anybody wants to have a little bit of an idea about it, go find Count Dankula, look up Glencoe Massacre, watch that video. It's about 40-45 minutes, but it's very informative and will make your blood boil a little bit. It really kind of pisses you off a little bit for what happened to those people, Scottish Highland people. So it's definitely something to look into. But yeah, new song I got, Shadow Walkers. That's about what I got right now. So
if it was, wasn't something the English did, was it? It was something the English did. It wouldn't surprise me if it was the English.
Yeah,
it was
something English. Basically, like a short of it is the Highland people were supposed to swear allegiance to the king and swear allegiance to Christianity, basically. And they had a certain amount of time they had to do it. Some of them were allowed to, and everybody knows about how clans were back then. They did anything and everything to fuck over somebody because it was all about power back then. So it incorporates all of that. It's a big whole what to do and screw over by the British, and nothing happened to them. They had an inquiry, they had a trial, and nothing happened.
Yeah. So with the English, that did it. The British include Scotland. So with the English,
yeah, it's ridiculous.
So, well, what is next then, planning recording wise? I mean, have you got any stuff when all this lockdown? People say it's good for the bands because you also get more time probably to record stuff or make new tracks. Have you got any new tracks that are in the works?
Yeah,
that one.
Matter of fact, we're going into the studio this coming Saturday, March the 20th. We're actually kind of really excited about it. We love the new material that we've written. We have so much material right now, it's ridiculous. It's going to be our first full length. Probably not everything is going to make it on there, but we're hopeful. because we do want to try to put a vinyl out, and you have to have, can't go over 40 minutes. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, we're going to be the first band. It's the same producer, Jeremy James, from Attaboy Studio. Although now he's actually built a new studio called the Rec Room here in Canton. So we're going to be the first ones to record there. So we get to leave our digital footprint.
Yeah. Break that thing in, man. Can't wait to do it.
He knows our sound. He knows, he just brings it to life. Really does.
How do you finance it all? Do you get have you been getting money from doing gigs and that, or is it just you're bunging it up, money in together kind of thing, or you getting some money from the label? How you doing it, or is it favors?
Bandcamp has been the biggest source of our income, but the few shows that we did do live, as a matter of fact, we did pretty well.
Cool.
It was kind of overwhelming a little bit because not used to doing so good, but people have just really taken to us. They enjoy watching us live, and we got a lot of people supporting the Bandcamp, and the label there has a web store that has some limited edition live stream tour shirts that you can get at artillerymusicgroup.com if you want to check those out. And we get support from all over. And the UK has been, I'll tell you what, UK is fantastic. They love us there. We love them. Cool. Canada, and the States and Slovenia. Slovenia loves us too. So.
That's pretty good. Has there been any wow factors with the last release? Is there anything that's happened and you've gone, wow, wow, someone's playing us in so-and-so, or wow, we've got so many views on this video or something like that?
Actually, our Hail to the Succubus video, which was directed by Tim Novotny of the Novotarian Syndicate. He's an independent horror film director.
Okay.
He brought that vision to life. And we were there for the taping of it, and we were just like, holy fucking shit.
We should talk about that.
It was like being on a real set,
Yeah. Because we're going to play out with that probably, because you just sent it to us, and I'm learning the technology. Hopefully we can play out that video. Yeah, how did that come about? Did you approach him, or did he approach you, or did some mutual friend, or you just thought, fuck it, we want to do a video for our song, let's find someone to do it? How tell us the whole story.
Seeing as how Hail to the Succubus was kind of based off of lore and horror, Chad was like, Tim Novotny would be the guy to do a horror style video for this, and we met with them. We all put our ideas in there. It's about I actually kind of call it a dark female empowerment song, because what a succubus is she's a sex demon, and she seduces men, and things start getting kind of hot and heavy, and she eats it. So
yeah, I've read something. There was a succubus and incubus, and they would change sex. So it'd start off as a succubus and take seed from the man, then they become an incubus and mess with the seed, so it's demonic, and then fuck the woman, and that's how little demon babies are born. So did you know the video director already? Was you already aware of his films, and you was like, oh yeah, we want to make a video?
Yeah, he's been a friend of ours for a number of years. We've known his work. For the other guys that weren't familiar, we showed him some of the films, and we're like, yeah, this is gonna work.
I'm not familiar with his name, but has he done any films I might have heard of, or is it all where would people find his stuff? Maybe you could send us a link for that, and I could put that in the blog as well.
It was on Amazon Prime, but it ended up moving to Vimeo, I think it's called.
Vimeo.
Yeah. I can send you the link, and his films have been doing pretty good there. So.
Well, they're all on there, are they? All these films?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So what are they, shorts or full length?
Some are shorts, and he's got some full length ones as well. One of them's Pharisee. I forget the name of the other one that I just watched actually not too long ago. but
Okay.
it's on.
So just search on Vimeo and people can find it. So was the video just like a 1-day job?
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah,
And
First day we
long?
shot just the band,
Right.
and then the second day we had an amazing cast of female actresses who weren't afraid to get all horned up and bloody and demon like, and our main succubus was just wow. People still can't stop talking about her. So
Yeah,
She goes by the name
they're
of
all
Stacey.
incredible.
oh,
She says like she lived up to her succubus name and she's got some few men heart-stricken for her.
I wouldn't doubt it. The video's gotten over 2,000 views, so I mean it's she
She's beguiled you all.
definitely seduced them.
Any plans for more videos in the future? Maybe with the same fella? I mean, is that like, a video? I suppose not many bands you can do like lyric video. You see them quite a lot, but like an actual kind of like properly filmed sort of video, with extras and so forth. Don't see them that often. Is that something you want to bring into the makeup of the band a lot more?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
We're working on a new horror short with them right now for the song Serial.
Right.
Taylor can tell you what that's about.
Yeah, that song's about being in the mind of a serial killer because I was trying to find something to write about, and like a lot of the tracks off the album, I was writing a lot of riffs, and riffs just kept, coming out, and I was like, all right, I need to like turn this into something, and then this idea came from watching a movie. I think it was Bloody Valentine, actually.
Oh,
Right.
My Bloody Valentine.
I like
Original or remake?
Reaper.
I think it's the remake.
I want to shut your TV off behind you. Just throwing that out there.
Oh,
Hopefully we're good. Hopefully. Has he gone on to porn channel? Or is that just the Halloween still?
nah, it's Halloween 4.
Still Halloween 4. It's a long time since I've seen that. It's already the horror film. It's like a good horror film. I've seen like loads, but I can never bloody remember what happened. Like I was watching some guy's channel the other day, and he was like ranking different films against each other, and like I'm like, I fucking remember. I've never seen the film, but don't ask what happened in Halloween 4 compared to Halloween 2. I mean, people got stabbed and killed. I don't like memorize it. Are you all big horror movie buffs?
Absolutely.
Oh yes. So I got my Winchester shirt on.
Oh, awesome! So, yeah, the rom-com's on. What is it? Bloody fuck it. Can't remember the name of the fucking movie now. I know the one though. Shaun of the Dead. That's the fella. Yeah. I watched quite a good one. I watched one on Amazon the other day called Us. That was quite good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right
Have
on.
you seen that one? That's a pretty decent one. Give me a chill. He's like, oh, that's quite. Ooh.
Yeah, I got that feeling when I watched The Conjuring Part 2 again recently. I was like,
Right. Okay. Yeah. So when do you think the Seal's going to be recorded? The video. When do you think? Have you got an actual date set for that, or just still in the planning stages?
what do you say?
Still filming on that one. We're still filming on the on Serial. I know that for sure.
So have you started filming?
Yeah, this one, we started it. I really can't give too much away. This one's going to take a little bit more time due to the fact that there's a little bit more involved in it. It's almost going to be kind of a psychological thriller in a way.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon, Sensation.
Send me an MP3 if you want me to play you on my podcast. If you've got MP3s out, assume they got an album out. Are they Sensation?
Yeah, I can definitely make sure that they send it away.
Tell your label they got any bands want me to play, just send them my way.
Absolutely, definitely.
What about other things? Anything else you're doing to promote the band? Like your YouTube channel, have you been doing a lot of stuff on there, like guitar playthroughs or hangouts or anything like that? Or is it
we did do. I did do one. I did a
That was on Instagram.
guitar
though.
playthrough. It's on Instagram, but I'm actually going to start recording a couple of more and actually put them on YouTube and send it to the actual Black Tar YouTube, because I think those playthroughs are really fun. I did Serial, and then I'm thinking about doing a couple other on the record.
There's actually a lot of really good stuff on there. Our Halloween show live is on there. The West Side Bowl performance that we did, which was one hell of a production. That one's on there. There's some funny moments where we had a smoke machine go awry. And we shot a little video there about showing the we were literally in hell at that point. As a matter of fact, Tim Novotny actually just shot a behind-the-scenes interview with us talking about the upcoming album, The Black Flame, coming soon.
That's what it's going to be called, The Black Flame, yeah?
Yes, indeed.
Cool.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff on there that people probably haven't had a chance to see yet. So go to Black Tar Superstar YouTube channel, man. You'll get to see all the funny stuff and the cool stuff.
The links are all in the blog, guys. Links are all in the blog. Check them out. What about live? I mean, is it just like 4 guys on stage? That's it, or do you have like smoke machines? They said smoke machines. Is that a regular thing? Do you have like video screens or dress up in fucking tunics like fucking cult members or anything planned? Or do anything in a moment, or is there anything planned for the future?
We're not a gimmick band, I guess is what you would call it. Occasionally, I like to do like a little bit of face paint. I know he does, but generally, I mean, we're just all business and more concentrated on giving the fans a damn good show. And we make sure we give it 200% every time. Yeah,
and so other than the online ones, which is half of the more or less what you can do now, we've got no live like in the flesh with a big crowd kind of planned at the moment.
Oh well. No, there's some on there that do have the crowds there. Like the Halloween show was pretty well attended. The EP release party, we had a very good crowd that night. It was pretty crowded. So, all that stuff's on there. You can catch that. We don't have. Wait, go ahead.
So in real life, you've got any gigs coming up as well? I was trying to get at. Got no actual gigs coming up.
Actual live ones that are not stream. We're in the process of trying to book some things for the summer. It's really going to depend on the status of COVID, with bars getting their capacities up to a point where they can actually have shows. But I mean, I did see some signs of life. One place that we love the most, Lucky 13 Saloon in New York. I'll tell you what, they just put on there that they're now back in business 7 days a week. So there's hope.
Fingers crossed, touch wood.
Oh, absolutely.
Praise the elder gods that they managed to stay open this time. There's not another bloody well surge in the numbers. And then, everything go back to normal. Hopefully, with more people getting the vaccine and all that, fucking metal can continue. It's been nearly a year now, I think, since the last time I went to a gig. Probably a year. It was March 2020 the last time I went to a gig.
I can totally relate to that. But if anybody out there that is interested in booking us, check out Stephanie at terrorcrewproductions.com.
Cool.
She'll get the ball rolling.
If you want me to add that link to the blog as well, just send me any links you want me to add to that blog, because I think it's just all your pages on there now. But if you want to add me, like if you got like a flyer for your upcoming online gigs, so maybe a link to wherever that people can find that out as well, I can add that to the blog as well if you want me to. Anyway, yes, cheers for coming on, guys. I'll let you finish up now because we're coming up to an hour. We're going to play out with your video as long as I can get the bloody thing to work. Anything else you want to say before we all head off?
Just, make sure you go to our Bandcamp. Make sure you're checking us out on our Instagram. Make sure you go on the YouTube. Check us out anywhere, everywhere. Amazon, Apple, anywhere you can find live music, Spotify, any of that kind of stuff, man. Make sure you're going on there checking us out. we're getting that new album, getting it together. We're gonna start tracking it soon, man. I mean, just don't hang in there. We dropped Hand of Doom. I know it's just one tune, but believe me, we got about 9 or 10 more is coming your way. So it's gonna be very soon. Hopefully here by figure about summertime. We're hoping. We should have an album now. So that's what we're looking at.
Our first release on AMG. And,
exactly.
It's going to be available on all platforms, CD and vinyl. So, get ready. That's all we can say. You just don't even know.
And if you get once tracks are ready, don't forget to send them to me so I can play them on my podcast.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, dude. We get some finalized, dude. Believe it. We'll send them. Oh, yeah.
Cool. And everyone watching this, go to the link down below. Go and follow the band on all their pages. Follow them on YouTube. Go and check out their music. Listen to my podcast tomorrow. Another High Speed Hangout podcast coming up tomorrow. And hopefully, if I can work this out, I'm going to play out with Hail to the Succubus, which is your video that you've been talking about. Let's see if I can get this bugger to work.
Enjoy.
It says the file is invalid. Bollocks. It didn't like the file. It didn't like the file, guys. Shitholes. Never mind. Well, I'm doing another stream on Friday. I'm going to start doing heavy metal hangouts on the streams. I'm at least once a week. Maybe I'll go to more. Maybe do a midweek hangout if people enjoy it and enough people want to watch them and be involved. And who's this coming on? Because we're doing next Friday. One of you guys is coming in. And is it Reaper? You coming in next Friday? Yeah.
Yeah, I plan on attending that. And if Slinger's around, he'll be a part of it as well.
Yeah.
But
I can have that moment because I haven't got I'm not paying for Streamline yet. If I start paying for Streamline, I can have unlimited and I can have more people in. But at the moment, if more people come in, I can put people backstage, bring people front stage. We can hang out, have a chat, and hopefully work out how to play videos by then. I think it might be the format that you sent me. What kind of file was it that you sent me? WMV.
I shared it. I shared it from my.
Yeah. I think it's a Windows Media video file. Maybe doesn't like those. Let me just check on the other
possibility. It's what our director sent us to my.
I probably could have. Well, next time I'll work it. We'll work it out soon because I think MP4. If it was MP4, maybe I could play it. Never mind. Everyone go and watch it. Everyone go and watch it on YouTube. You can just search it out. Search it out. Black Tar Superstar. What was it? The Succubus. How to the Succubus. Go check it out. Cheers for coming on then, guys. Sorry I couldn't play the video, but we'll try and play it. We'll play it on Friday when you come to the Heavy Metal Hangout, mate.
Hell yeah, man.
See you later, fellas. Great chat.
All right. Good night.